Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, January 6th through Sunday, January 12th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Black Moon Astrology cards by Susan Shepard. So just a reminder that this is the first full week in the month of January, the new month in the new year 2020. So be sure to go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch that monthly angel card reading for the month of January. This is a powerful month with a full moon lunar eclipse, Uranus the Great Awakener going back to direct motion. So you'll want to be sure to hear the whole overview of the energy vibration of the month of January, the astrological highlights, as well as messages from our angels and guides. So let's focus on this week's weekly reading by taking a look first at your stones of choice. So your first stone of choice here for the week is this beautiful selenite. I just love selenite because it has such a high vibrational feeling, and just the way that it is opaque in nature and just kind of glosses and gleams. It's so beautiful. Now, the properties of selenite is actually this name selenite comes from the Greek goddess of the moon, whose name is Selene. This particular stone has a great ability to activate the reaching of higher planes. It activates the third eye, the crown chakra, the transpersonal and etheric chakras, helps to promote purity and honesty, helps to clear energy blockages and allowing for a liquid light energy fluidity. It helps to connect us with our spirit guides and the angelic realm of the highest planes of existence. So again, that is selenite. Your second stone of choice is lepidolite. This is also a very beautiful stone, purple color, high vibrational color, and it's got a little bit of sparkliness in there as well. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but the lepidolite helps to release and reorganize old behavior and psychological patterns. It helps to gently induce change, and it helps with deep emotional healing. It's considered a stone of transition. It helps to activate the throat chakra, heart chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. Helps to clear energy blockages and bring us to a higher state of cosmic awareness. And it also facilitates astral travel and connection to our Akashic records. Okay, again, that's the lepidolite. And then our last stone of choice is this beautiful flower agate. It has kind of a peachy pink color here, this flower agate. And it's also called cherry blossom agate, by the way. It's, again, this beautiful peachy pink kind of agate. It's associated with the heart and sacral chakras. It's associated with falling in love, passion, sacred sexuality, and manifestation. It initiates corrections in the energy body, and it gives assistance with manifestation and abundance through clearing, realigning, and empowering our energy body. It's kind of one of those get stuff done kind of stone, and it helps to move people into their proper place within the cycles of their core alignment, which is in alignment with your purpose, your destiny path, your life path. There's certain phrases associated with this flower agate, which is go with the flow, go with your joy, and go where the magic takes you in the here and now. So again, our stones of choice to choose from is the selenite, the lepidolite, and the flower agate or cherry blossom agate, if you wish to call it that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrological highlights for this week. And there's really only one day this week to talk about, And it's a very powerful day because it's the day of the full moon lunar eclipse at 19 degrees of Cancer, which is on Friday, the 10th of January. So not that the other days of the week, Monday through this Friday full moon lunar eclipse, are unimportant, because we've been already feeling for the past couple of weeks now, we've been feeling this buildup of energies. So even going back into mid-December 2019, we've been feeling this buildup of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which is a part of this lunar eclipse as well, and Uranus, the Great Awakener, which is also a part of this eclipse because he is turning back to direct motion. But if we go all the way back to December 25th, we had a new moon solar eclipse at 4 degrees of Capricorn. That was our first eclipse that initiated and activated some powerful energies of change, redirection, new things coming in, old things leaving our lives within certain circumstances, situations, maybe even relationship matters, family matters. Now we have the component of going with that new moon solar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse at 19 degrees Cancer. Now this means that the sun is at 19 degrees of Capricorn and the moon is at 19 degrees of Cancer. So they call it a full moon lunar eclipse depending on what sign of the zodiac the moon is actually in, because the moon is the one that is coming into her fullness. She's waxing, if you will, into a full moon energy, which always brings about heightened emotions and heightened energies regarding our subconscious. Now, this particular full moon lunar eclipse is opposing Mercury, which is the planet of the mental realm, communication, ideas, thoughts. He's considered the messenger. It's opposing Saturn, which is the karmic teacher of lessons or the great authority. Sometimes Saturn deals with limitation, restriction, patience, and third dimensional timing. Saturn also deals with manifestation and form and responsibility, or taking responsibility in one's life or for one's decisions. And the full moon is also opposing Pluto, which is considered the great transformer of energy. He deals with transformation, transmuting lower vibrational energies, death and rebirth. He delves into the subconscious realm and pulls up the shadow side of things, dealing with power and control issues with other people or in circumstances we're involved in. And Pluto also, of course, is about us owning our power, taking back our power, or empowering ourselves. So again, the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto are all within similar degree, within a degree or two of one another during this full moon lunar eclipse with the moon at 19 degrees of Cancer. So what is the Cancer and Capricorn axis all about? Cancer is about home and family, caretaking, nurturing, domestic responsibility. It's about home as far as where we live. So this can be about house, land, or property. And then, of course, the Capricorn energy is all about career path, life path, destiny path, who we are out in the world, goals, ambitions, authority figures, or our sense of inner authority. It's about responsibility. It's about taking step-by-step movement to get to our goals. It is a sign that deals with corporations, big business, government, politics. And so on a collective level, this full moon lunar eclipse, as it builds up, so again, we're going to be feeling what it's bringing all this week and even thereafter for the weeks to come. There's going to be something on a collective level that is happening within the realms of what this lunar eclipse rules or signifies. Also on the same day, Friday the 10th, Uranus, again, the Great Awakener, the planet of unexpected change or unexpected sudden circumstances. It's about redirections. It's about freedom. It's about bringing in progressive change. It's being the rebel or the revolutionary. He is a higher vibrational planet that to me is associated with the God mind. So it deals greatly with downloading higher information and futuristic, if you will, almost information, ideas, information that kind of comes in. An ability to channel forth new inventions, new possibilities. But Uranus has this lightning bolt, sudden, unexpected, redirecting kind of effect to it. And because he rules freedom and independence, he can suddenly free us from certain situations and circumstances that are no longer in our highest and best interest, or no longer are in alignment with our soul's truth of where we're going next on our paths. And sometimes when he frees us from something, it's not always something that we on an ego level wish to be freed from, or think that we, want to be suddenly freed from. So it can have quite a shocking effect. Uranus can be shocking or bring in strange or unusual energies because he's slowing down and at a stationary point this week before turning direct on Friday the 10th. You could perhaps have trouble sleeping because Uranus has that electrical kind of effect to it. You could have a feeling of anxiety and not really understand where the anxiety is coming from. That also is a Uranian effect. Think of Uranus as an electrical current. And so you might feel like you have an electrical current running through your body. And again, it's bringing up this heavy-duty anxiety, which really may not be anxiety at all, but may be this energy of change or freedom or redirection that's starting to be initiated. And also, it's bringing in a higher vibration of universal energy that sheds some of the lower dense energies within our physical body. It's almost like stripping away layers that are no longer needed within our third dimensional body and raising us to a higher level, almost like going from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, or raising us to our higher light bodies, so to speak. So it's transmuting or transcending certain energies so that we can be in a higher state of awareness or a higher state of beingness. But again, it can sometimes feel quite challenging, although also, or at times, feel quite exhilarating as well. Now, when we go into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the 11th and 12th, we have Pluto and Saturn coming together also as a part of this eclipse. So that is quite powerful in and of itself. Saturn, again, rules karmic lessons, energies from the past, rules our third dimensional bodies or third dimensional time and space. It rules responsibility, authority. It rules practicality. It rules, again, lessons that we are moving through. So it can feel restricting and limiting on some level. It can feel challenging on some level with Saturn. But again, he's here to help us to manifest something, to reform or bring something into form. He's here to restructure. Restructuring is a great use of Saturn energy. So if you're needing to restructure your life, your business, if you're needing to restructure your finances, whatever it might be, restructure your relationships, Saturn helps us to do that as well. Now, Pluto, again, is in the mix too in this lunar eclipse. And then, like I said, as we move towards the weekend, Saturn and Pluto are coming together. Pluto, again, brings great death and rebirth energies, great transformation energies, regeneration energies, transmutation energies. Think of Pluto as the phoenix rising from the ashes, being born anew. First, there has to be a death and a releasing that takes place, and then a rebirth can happen after that. So Pluto is here to empower us. Pluto is here to make big changes. So this lunar eclipse is really powerful. Again, also with that Uranus moving to direct motion on the same day. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides for this week. We turn over the first card, and of course, I'm not surprised to see a Major Arcana card here because this is such a powerful week. This is Major Arcana 15. In this deck, in the Power Angel Tarot deck, it's called Decision with Archangel Jophiel. Now, Archangel Jophiel helps us to review the past so that we can move forward into the future. The message at the bottom is release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. Now, in the traditional tarot, Major Arcana number 15 is the Devil card, and the Devil card deals with our fears, our anxieties on a subconscious and or ego level. So it can be quite challenging. It can be quite emotional as, again, we're nearing a full moon lunar eclipse, and full moons always bring in a heightened emotional state. And the fact that it's an eclipse is going to heighten that energy even more. And again, it is a powerful eclipse with Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto also in the mix. So there's a lot of intense energies here that can bring up a lot of anxiety and a lot of fears. And this particular deck calls this card decision. So it seems that here there's some decisions that we need to make. And since the first phrase here says release yourself from that which holds you back. And full moons are about completion. Full moons are about releasing something from the past. Once that full moon hits its intensity, then the moon is waning. And that waning phase is where we're releasing, letting go, surrendering, resolving. You know, there's something that's coming to a completion here. So we're needing to make some decisions as we move into this week. And I'm even going to say as we move into this whole month of January. So it's not just this week, but there's decisions that need to be made on what it is that you don't want to carry into 2020 or even beyond anymore, what it is you're willing to release. Now, this can include, again, situations or circumstances. It can include relationships we have with certain people in our lives that are not in alignment with who we are or where we want to go next in our lives. This could be about releasing energies within you. It could be releasing about thoughts or belief systems. This could be about releasing a way of life. If you need to change, let's say, your diet or change how you're perceiving the reality around you and changing, again, your belief systems to be more glass half full rather than glass half empty. All of these things are decisions that we're making on things that we're ready to release as we want to move forward into a new energy. We want to give birth to a new energy here in this new year and in this time of the eclipses. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next card here and see what that's all about. And then you can see that 2 cards came out here with the second card. So we'll look at the first of those 2. And then we have the 10 of Michael. This is like the 10 of Swords in the traditional tarot. And the sword suit is the suit of the mind, the suit of our thoughts, our ideas, even communications that we may be having, both within ourselves and with other people. The number 10 means that this is the last of the minor arcana before we get to the court cards. After the 10, we go to the page, the knight, the queen, and the king before we get to the major arcana cards. So here we're at a conclusion to something. The number 10 means we're concluding something, we're ending something, we're getting ready to release something, which is the theme of what we talked about with Major Arcana 15 and the decision card. Now the message at the bottom here says, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. So again, we have this idea of releasing the past and letting it go, releasing old circumstances or energies and letting them go, getting ready to move into something new. So again, we're talking about something is coming to an end or to a completion. And we have this lovely young woman here, and she's giving a bow on a stage. You know, she's finished her act, and she's now giving a bow to the audience that she has completed her performance. And so this is kind of the same energy again that we're dealing with. We need to take a bow. We need to give gratitude and thanks to those people or those situations or those energies in our life, including belief systems that we may have been carrying and holding on to and operating under. We're giving a bow of thanks and gratitude to these energies, but we're also saying, okay, I am done now and I'm complete with this and I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on to the next act in my life, so to speak. Okay. We have, you know, I'm looking here too, and I'm noticing there's 2 swans. She's got a swan on either side of her. And swans, the medicine, you know, animal medicine for swan, is, I believe, about partnerships. And of course, swans mate for life. If you know anything about swans, they mate for life. And there's 2 swans here. So I feel like some of you out there that are listening to this, there might be an ending regarding some sort of partnership or relationship matter. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship itself is done and over, but how the relationship has been operating, the energies under which it's been operating is coming to an end. Okay, there needs to be a new act to follow. There needs to be new energy coming in, a new way of operating within the relationship if the relationship is going to continue. And if both people aren't willing to adopt the new energy patterns, then the relationship may in fact come to some sort of conclusion. And again, this might be romantic, it might be business, might be family, might be friendship. It could be any kind of relationship that we're speaking of. Let's look at the next card here that came out with that card. Okay, we have another Michael card. This is the Four of Michael. And the number 4 is more of a kind of a solid foundation kind of energy. It's about manifestation, it's about form, structure, but the number 4 can also have a limiting, restricting, challenging effect to it. And again, this is the suit of the mind. So we may feel challenged in our mind. We may feel also on the opposite end that we're bringing something new on a mental level, an idea, if you will, to form or into manifestation. So this depends on what's going on in your life and how you perceive what's going on in your life as far as how this is going to play out. But the Four of Michael, which is like the Four of Swords, often also speaks of needing to rest because your mind is weary. Your mind, you're overwhelmed, or you've been overwhelmed for so long and you just need to kind of have some downtime, some rest time. And the message at the bottom actually says, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, and seeking relief from stress. So again, there's a lot of completion energies here. And as I said, since about mid-December, maybe since the beginning of December, we've been under some intense energies of change and redirection with these eclipses coming in. And with the end of 1 year and the beginning of a whole new year, 2020, and really the beginning of a whole new decade of energy. So here we might be feeling, again, a little tired, a little stressed, a little overwhelmed. We're needing to take care of ourselves and our mental health. So if that means more sleep, if that means more quiet time, more meditation time, more contemplation time, more getting out in nature and soaking up the nature energies, maybe it's taking a relaxing sea salt bath, whatever that means to you, this is a time to really take care of your, especially your mental health. I'll even say your emotional health, but these Michael cards are on the mental realm. So we're definitely needing to bring our state of mind, and how we're processing information. We need to have a little bit of an outlet and some rest time here associated with that. All right, and let's look at the last card here. And the last card, okay, another Major Arcana. This is Major Arcana number 16. So it's interesting that we had Major Arcana 15 to begin with and Major Arcana 16 to end this reading with. This one is called Change Your Life with Archangel Chamuel. And Archangel Chamuel is the archangel that helps us with our life purpose, but also is the archangel that assists us with soulmate relationships, again, of all kinds, not just romantic, but family soulmate relationships, friendship soulmate relationships, business soulmate relationships. He helps us with those. And the Change Your Life card in the traditional tarot is the Tower card. So Major Arcana 16 in the traditional tarot is the Tower card, which brings some huge external changes within the circumstances in life around us. And I feel like that's not just this week, but because again, these eclipse energies are going to take us into the weeks and even the months to come until the next set of eclipses, which occur in the summertime of 2020. But especially in, I'd say, the next month to 2 months, okay, after the eclipse on January 10th. There's going to be changes, there's going to be redirections, and huge ones, okay? The Tower card is about huge changes and redirections, some of which we may not see coming, some of which maybe we do see coming, but maybe not to the extent or intensity that it is. And let's go ahead and read the message at the bottom. It says, a sudden revelation that offers freedom. So there's that word freedom again. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. So we have a couple of key words of Uranus in here. And Uranus, as I said, is turning back to direct motion on the same day as the eclipse. Uranus rules change it rules freedom, it rules redirections. And I think, well, at least two of those words are in here, freedom and change. But definitely we've got some things ahead of us, and this could be something that you're initiating too. Maybe you're making changes in your job path or your career path. Maybe you're initiating a new project. Maybe you're starting to network with new people. Maybe you're starting a new relationship. Maybe you're ending an old relationship and starting a new one. Whatever that is, maybe you're initiating these changes that bring you a sense of freedom. Or if you're kind of stuck in a rut, so to speak, stuck in the status quo and afraid to make certain changes in your life with the fears and anxieties that the decision card or the devil card talks about, then the universe could very well step in and assist you. The Tower card sometimes feels like the rug being pulled out from under you kind of card, so that everything is the way you think it is, or you think, you might be going through challenge, but you're not making any changes. And then all of a sudden the universe says, we need to redirect you. You need to be more in alignment with your truth and the next step that you're supposed to be taking on your path. So we're going to kind of pull the rug out from under you, so to speak. And things are going to, as the Tower card means, come crumbling down around you, so that you have to pick up the pieces and rebuild the tower, rebuild the life, etc. So make some initiating changes, even if they're small ones. If you show the universe that you're attempting to redirect your life and free yourself from certain energies, situations, belief systems, patterns, etc., then the changes that come in as a result of the eclipses may not be as difficult to kind of move through. Okay, you can even turn them around and make them exciting. So you can look forward to the change with anticipation and excitement and this sense of newfound freedom. And that is my suggestion as far as how to move through these energies of this week and of this month of January 2020. So let's take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. And I chose the Black Moon astrology cards because we are having a full moon lunar eclipse and Uranus moving back to direct motion and Pluto and Saturn coming together, all very powerful energies. So I thought, why not have a special message from the astrology cards? And so those of you that chose the selenite, so we're just going to give this a shuffle. We're asking for the message for the selenite people. This one's calling my name. Selenite people, Scorpio, I transform. What a better, couldn't have a better message here than this. Okay, Scorpio is the sign that Pluto rules, by the way. So here we have Pluto coming together with Saturn during this eclipse. Pluto rules Scorpio, death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, transmutation. So this is about transforming yourself. This is about transforming your life or an aspect of your life. Dig down deep. Scorpio is not superficial. So Scorpio is going to get down deep and into the meat of the matter. And this can be about transforming subconscious patterns. Scorpio rules kind of that subconscious realm. So here you're digging down to release and heal and have this death and rebirth experience within your own subconscious patterns and belief systems that maybe you've been operating under regarding any situations or circumstances in your life. So it's time to transform those energies. So we're transforming definitely on an emotional, spiritual level. This could also be transforming on a mental and maybe even physical level. You're going to be the best judge of where you're needing to transform your life here in some way, where you're needing to shed some light on the shadow aspects of the ego, where you're needing to shed some light on those deep, dark subconscious patterns that you've brought forward from childhood or maybe even past lifetimes with you. And the great thing about Scorpio is, again, it's like the phoenix. It will go through a death and a rebirth, and it will rise from the ashes like the phoenix. And this is the state of beingness that you need to call in. I would say call in the phoenix during your meditations. Call in that phoenix energy and ask for a rebirth. And you can ask for a gentle rebirth, okay? Ask for it to be gentle and easy and gentle as possible anyway. And again, yes, transform. It's time for transformation, time to transform your life. Those of you that chose the lepidolite, I'm going to just shuffle here for a minute, or I guess a few seconds. This one's calling my attention for lepidolite. Lepidolite people, Black Moon Lilith and Mystery. So this has a deep feel to it too, almost like very Plutonian and Scorpion as well. So it's about moving into the mystery. I almost want to say it's like moving into the darkness, moving into the void. And in the void and in the darkness, there's great potential. Again, there's potential for a new birth here. It's like when you're in that darkest hour, the only place you can move is up. I feel like there's a huge releasing on an energetic level that's taking place for you with this particular message. Again, what I feel like here as we go into the void, as we go into the mystery, as we go into the darkness, is that, again, there's been some huge redirection. And again, whether it's external or internal, it doesn't matter. But there's been a huge redirection of yourself or of your life in some way that brings you into this state of the void, into the state of mystery, where magic happens. You know, when we're in that Black Moon Lilith energy, that mystery energy, it's like being in the void where there's a blank slate, a blank canvas in front of you, and you can create or draw anything that you want. You can rebirth yourself and your life in any way that you choose because you're in that mystery realm. So use the priestess energy. You know, I'm getting a lot of priestess energy here. Mystery and intuition and empowerment. That to me would be the energy that you want to call in, okay? All right, and then for those of you that chose the flower agate, let's give this a shuffle. Okay, this one's calling my attention for flower agate people. And we have the third house and messages. And this is number 27. And now I know I didn't say the numbers for the other ones, but they didn't call out to me, but this one does. So the number 27, the number 2 is about partnerships, relationships, equality, and balance. The number 7 is about going within, having faith and trust, connecting with your higher soul self, connecting with your spiritual self for the answers that you're looking for. The third house is about messages, communications, thoughts, ideas. But because that 7 is there, I want to say it's about internal messages. Listen to your own intuition. Maybe you're getting some clairaudient messages. Maybe you're channeling forth some claircognizant messages. Maybe you're seeing clairvoyantly. Whatever it is, I feel like the messages are for you. There may be communications with other people. This may mean that you're needing to network with other people, or there's a communication that needs to be had with other people. You're needing to share an idea or some information with other people. But I feel like this is more esoteric because this is such a deep and powerful week. And if you can see at the top of this card, we have the Eye of Horus there at the top. It has that mystical, magical, prophetic, psychic, kind of feeling to me here. So I'm really feeling like a good deal of the communication and the messages are coming from within. They're coming from the Ascended Masters. They're coming from your angels and guides. They're coming from other planes of reality. We have a lot of Egyptian symbols here. So again, there's some sort of ancient and esoteric, deeply spiritual, ancient kind of feeling here that's coming through with the Eye of Horus and the Egyptian symbology. Now, I didn't finish the whole 27 kind of energy, but the 2 and the 7, if you add it up, numerologically is a 9. And 9s are about completion. Now, I know in the tarot, I said that the number 10 was about completion, but as far as the single digit numbers, the number 9 is the last of the single digits before we get to a double digit, the number 10. So 9s do signify completion from a numerology standpoint. So this is about an ending, a releasing, a letting go. And somehow the messages that are coming in, the information that is coming in for you, is significant as far as something you need to bring to completion. Again, whether it's an external situation or an internal energy shift, there's messages coming that help to signify some sort of completion so that a new beginning can come to pass. Okay, I hope everyone has liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank all of you for continuing to come to my channel, to support my channel, subscribe to my channel, comment on my videos, share my videos with others. And I really am grateful and thankful. Again, it's the beginning of 2020, but for all of those of you that have followed me, for the last few years of me doing this, I want to say a big thank you and how grateful and thankful I am to each and every one of you for your support and your kind comments and your love. I feel that and I appreciate that greatly and authentically. So I want to wish you all a wonderful 2020, and I send you all lots of love and light and many angel blessings as we move forward into this great new year.